You are live now. Namaste. What a beautiful day. Today is the Peace Day. We're celebrating peace. What does that mean for us, guys? What do we do? Why are we celebrating peace? It's early morning in Los Angeles. It's an overcast day. The birds are singing and they're reminding me that awareness is number one thing that I have to be aware all the time. So let's celebrate the Peace Day. And how do you go about it? How do you celebrate peace? Why do we always say, I would like to have inner peace? Why do we always say inner? Where is that inner place? Inner, inside of me. Have you found that place? The inner? Have you learned how to let go of the material world? To exit the Maya here. Pure connection here inside. Can we celebrate inner peace, universe? Well, thank you. Okay. I just finished my 5 days event with the soul family. We all gathered and we all had an amazing time. One of the practices that we did during these events that we were together, I said, imagine awareness. It's a violet color, the color of crown chakra. And if you imagine that awareness is this violet color and is always present and is always here, is part of the wholeness, is part of the grand universe that we all have access to, and is a part of us. Or in another way, I am a part of the wholeness, the universe, the divine, the divinity that is present at all time. So, imagine right now that this beautiful violet flame is awareness. From the minute that I arise and I realize I am awake, the question I would ask myself, am I really awake? What does it mean when I say I have woken up? That means last night or the night before, I might have some glance of memory of my dream or dreams. And from what I remember in my dreams, anything was possible, right? So I realized that that was a dream. And I had absolutely no control over the dreams. So basically the mind took me anywhere and everywhere without me having any control over it. So in the morning, as soon as I arise, I realize that last night I was dreaming. And if I'm not aware, the mind ego will take me from one dream to another dream. And that's the step you do not want to get involved and dragged into. Okay? So from the minute that you wake up, you imagine you're surrounded with this bubble of violet energy, which is awareness. And your responsibility is to constantly be cautious and conscious to be in this bubble. So awakening and going back to sleep, it's a choice. And you can choose from this moment on that you do not want to be dragged into the Maya, into the matrix. So from this moment on, every second, you have to be aware and tell yourself, I choose to be awake. I choose to be awake. And anytime it comes to your awareness that you've been dragged into thoughts, the practice of thought cut silence is the tools that you have access to, but you have to choose that. So being awake or going back into deep slumber sleep, it's a choice, and you choose every second of the day. Do I want to be awake, or do I want to be dragged into the matrix? So choose to be awake. And in order for you to be awake, you have to constantly see yourself in the bubble of awareness. So like I said in my event, awareness, it's always here. It's a part of universe. You can have access to it all the time, the whole time, right? The minute you realize that the mind and ego will take over, it's coming in front, you go back to sleep, you choose to become awake again. And you bring awareness. You put yourself into that beautiful bubble of violet color, which is awareness. So remember, no one, including myself, I am not awake the whole time. But what I do, my practice is that I am conscious about what's going on. I am conscious, and I can even ask myself, am I awake? The minute you ask yourself, am I awake? You realize that if you're fully present here at this moment, you are awake. The minute you realize that, I've been gone for 10, 15 minutes. I got lost into the thoughts. My mind took me to the past and to the future. My mind took this precious moment from me. You do not want to allow the mind to pull you. Watch out for this trickster. This trickster, the mind, is doing its job. What is the mind's job? Is to create question. This monkey is very curious. The monkey has a lot of questions. And the game that the mind plays is creating a question. Why is it like this? Why did that happen? Why did so-and-so did this or that? And then the mind itself looks for the answers. That's the game. That's the play. That's the hide and seek play. So, do you want to be in this game of hide and seek? Do you want to be aware and awake all the time? Or do you want to catch yourself sometimes and realize that, oops, I've been gone and lost for a long, long time. So a few years back, I did this webinar, Inner Journey. What's going on the fourth and fifth dimensions? What's the difference between third dimension and the fifth dimension? And I explained, in the fourth and fifth dimensions, you are separated from the mind, from the emotions, from the physical body. On the fifth dimensions, I am a part of the wholeness. In the fifth dimensions, the ego mind dissolve in the soul. There is no separation. In the fifth dimension, the duality disappears. In the fifth dimension, the mind and the ego and the soul are one. They work as one unit. In the fifth dimension, the mind and the egos are totally tame. They exist, but it's not a part of you anymore. On the fifth dimension, I am only the soul, the wholeness, the awareness. So, Peace Day today. Let's celebrate it together. We are celebrating to be empowered to overcome the mind and ego, because it's only the ego and mind that steals your inner peace. So today, I choose to be fully responsible. I take fully responsibility that I am going to be aware and awake the whole time. Why are you taking responsibilities? Because you are an awake soul, and you know deep, deep down inside that the mind and the ego only exist to empower you to overcome it. The mind and ego is great because that's your opponent. How would you, as a soul, upgrade? The ego mind, as you look at it as an obstacle, is not really an obstacle. It's there to help you to gain your strength. Like I said before, imagine if all of us were living on fifth dimension the whole time. There were no obstacles, there were no challenges. It gets kind of boring when you are in the presence of love, compassion the whole time. You get bored, don't you? So know that the divine plan is the right plan. The divine plan is guiding you through the journey. The ego mind is the part that keeps showing up, gets your attention, and wants to take you to the outside. That's the game. Wake up. Don't get fooled. You don't have to play this game. You don't have to engage with the thoughts. You don't have to listen to the mind. You don't have to let the ego trick you, but you can constantly be aware of it. This little monkey constantly wants to move around. This monkey is curious. This monkey wants to create questions. It wants to create obstacles. It wants to resolve the obstacles. But you don't have to get involved. Let the ego mind do what it does. Your part is not to get involved with it. So, you're responsible to be awake, because as you and I are part of the wholeness, this vast expansion of awakening, whatever I feel, it gets poured in to the wholeness. So what do you choose? Do you choose to be involved with the ego mind? Do you choose to have negative thoughts all day long? Do you choose to have bad feelings and be on a roller coaster of feelings and emotions? By that, you are sending out that energy. So you are responsible, and you're taking fully responsibilities, because you know that whatever you sent out will affect the universe. So tell me, what would you choose now? Do you choose on this peace day to be a part of peace? Do you choose to carry on this peace all day long, anywhere you go? Do you choose to come from this place of peace and be a part of light? Or do you choose to get involved with the ego mind and send out those negative energies outside? I want you to choose carefully. Whatever you choose, you are choosing. Even if you decide not to choose anything, that's still a choice. Remember that. And from today on, I will choose to be the peace, because I know my state, my being is affecting everything around me. So that's my message for you today. I love you all, and just think about this. Listen to this a few times a day. The energy that's right here will help you to overcome the mind and ego. Listen to this many times. Share it with other souls. Be the peace. I love you. Bye-bye.